Hello friends, so now in this video we are going to see what is the use of environmental object in Swift UI. So we will use the previous project only where we have understood the example the use of observable object. So this was the project where we used to increment the count by just clicking this button, and we used to update our model class, and that model class data was reflecting on our view. So here we have stopped last time. So what we are going to do is, to understand the environmental object, we'll take one more example and how it is different basically from this observable object. So suppose you have this one view where you are just clicking the button, downloading the data from the server, updating your model classes, and you are then once that model gets updated, the UI is also view also reflecting the updated changes. This is one way, one-to-one is happening. So one class, one view is updating the backend and updating your data also. But suppose you have multiple views, like you have this view, inside this you have one more view, and inside that you have one more view. So once that inside view is doing some operations and you want to update your main view, so that time this environmental object comes in handy. But before going to that far, we'll first see one scenario. Like if I go to, so first I will create one class or one new Swift UI only, and I will name it as, suppose since we have this fruit collection, and I will assume that I have a friend and he is also having fruit collection, so I will name it as friends collection. Let's create this and let me click resume, and here also we will have the same UI where we will be having one button, and this button will also do the same task like download fruits. And yeah, let me name pass one value here as 0 for now. And what we are going to do is, once the download fruit button is clicked, we have to increment the count. So let me give here as one var fruits count equal to 0 at the start. And now what we have to do is, just let me add some padding here, some foreground colors, so that not foreground color, I want to give the background color, and it will be color dot, let's take it yellow color. So this we have taken just to differentiate this view from our main content view. So if you go to main view, here you can use, so we are going to use that friends fruit view here. So I will name it as friends collection view, and now it will reflect here. Now what I have to do is, when I click on this download fruits button, it should update this count also, and when I click here, it should update this also. So this we can do with one method which we have learned in our previous videos, where you can send this value to your different subviews. So how we can do is, we can do that by using two-way binding. So for that, what we have to do is, first inside our friend collection view, we have to mark this as binding variable, and when we have marked this as binding variable, we don't need to initialize it here. We just need to tell that this will be an integer type, and we can increment it here, self dot fruit collection equal to plus equal to 1 fruits count, sorry. And now since it is here declared as a binding, we have to pass that count here also. And let me remove this $sign. Okay, here fruits count, here I will pass one constant value for now as 0. Since we are just displaying here, we are actually updating our main content view with this value. So coming to main content view, here I have to again I will get the error here. Let me build this. Okay, so we are getting the error as we have to pass this value. So to pass this value, what we have to do is we basically passing this value, our main count. So I will pass that, and since it is two-way binding, I have to mark the $sign here, which will basically tells that this value is going to get updated once this fruits collection inside our friends collection gets updated. Okay, so now let's run it and see whether it is reflecting it or not. Let me click resume. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so now let's try. Okay, it's updating, and it's updating. So when I click this button, which is inside our friends collection, it is updating the main count, but it is not updating this because I forgot to change the value here. So let me add that again. I'm doing string interpolation here because that is then an integer value. Okay, now let's try. Okay, let me run this again. Okay, and now it's working fine. Okay, so this is all good, but what happens is, for one view from parent to child is good, we can pass the value and we can update it. But what if it is going from parent to child, then child to subchild, and inside that then grandchild, and it's so that hierarchy is continuously increasing. It is going more and more deep. So that time it will be very hectic to pass these values and handle all that. So to avoid that situation, we have this environmental object, which will be very handy, through which what we can do is we can declare it at one place, and we can have that value in all our views. So it's like a global scope of an property or of an object, which will be available to all the views. So let's see how we can do that. So what I will do is, first I will declare this as an environmental object, and when you declare anything as an environmental object, you don't need to initialize it. You just need to tell that it will be a type of fruit collection. Then again, here also inside our friends collection, since we have declared as a binding, don't need to be binding anymore. So we'll again declare this as also an environmental object, and this will be now type of fruits collection. So basically we are having this fruit collection here also and inside our content view also, so it will be available at both the places, the updated value. Then now let me take this fruit collection. Okay, it's already there. Inside this we have the fruit collection count, which we want to increment. I will display the same one here. Let me call it self. And now we don't need this since it is an environmental property. Coming to content view, we no more need to pass this value since it will be available in all the views. And one more important thing is, go to scene delegate, and here let me close this canvas. Okay, so here you need to access your property of the fruit collection. So basically what you are doing here is, you are telling your main root view. Inside root view you have the collection view, that I want this property available in my all the views. So that's why you need to set the environmental object here. So here what you can do is, you can pass the fruit collection. So this way it will be available for all the views inside this content view. Okay, coming to our content view, let me again enable the canvas. And one more thing, that since you have this now you can see one error, that this canvas view somehow gets problem in displaying. See, it won't display your content here. So for that what you have to do is, here also you need to set the environmental object, and again we have the fruit collection. So now let's try. Okay, now it's working. So let's try and see if our example is working or not. Okay, now if I click here, now it's working. So this is how you can use environmental object. Basically what you are doing is when you click this, you are updating the value inside your fruit collection, and it is updating your view. Since it's an environmental object, it is getting updated and showing the updated value here. Same thing is happening inside your friend collection. You are updating the value and it will update your fruit collection. Since it is an observable object, it will reflect back the changes here, and it's an environmental object, so here also you have the value of that property. So this way you can use it. So in UIKit you must have used NS Notification Center to pass the values globally. You can access it anywhere, so it is somewhat same, a global scope for your objects. So thank you, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.